So what we try to do with Lonesome Road is very early on in the New Vegas plotline, you'll discover that there was a courier who had the opportunity to deliver the platinum chip to Vegas, but he turned down the job once he saw your name on the courier list, and he left you to deliver the package. Lonesome Road is all about finding out who that other courier is and why he made that decision. We've done a lot with sort of hinting about his presence in the other DLCs, either with graffiti or mentioned by other characters. But in Lonesome Road, you actually get the opportunity to meet this figure. Well, I think Fallout's lucky in the sense that as a franchise, it's very strong and people keep a close eye on it. One other thing I think has helped us with the DLCs is because we've been introducing this longer narrative arc across the four of them, people are sort of seeing that as sort of a second installment, a second storyline in the game, and they do want the ending for that no matter how long the intervals are between the DLC's release. And it's not like we wanted to do it in the sense of purposely extending it that long. It's just a matter of circumstances that they end up being released in those intervals.
How much does a game's popularity on initial release dictate the need for DLC?
It doesn't dictate necessarily the need for DLC because DLC is so low risk. It will absolutely dictate a sequel, which often can't be established until many, many months after a game's release. Generally, it's always part of most of the contract plans that I've seen that DLC will be done for a title. Because it's generally been proven that DLCs released soon after a title help spur sales. We had the opportunity to do that with Alpha Protocol, for example, but the decision was made that, you know what, considering that we have to get the actual title itself more in the public light, doing DLCs is an added challenge after that. But usually DLCs are incorporated as part of the plan and doesn't always depend on the sales of the main product. So we actually were able to get Felicia Day as one of the main companion characters in Fallout New Vegas. Her character was written by Eric Fenstermaker, one of our narrative designers of the studio. And once we realized that Felicia Day was going to be the actress for this character, we actually went through a process of iteration to make that character stronger and have more ties to various factions in the game itself. So depending on who's actually involved with the project, sometimes we can request certain actors. Like, for example, we requested Bill Nye the Science Guy for Old World Blues, so it seemed in keeping with the DLC. But other times, sometimes actors will approach us. Like Matthew Perry was a big Fallout 3 fan, so the opportunity came up, hey, would you want to work on New Vegas? And then that opportunity presented itself. So there's kind of a give and take back and forth with that.
Before I cut you loose, I got to ask, any plans for a re-release with all the DLC and bells and whistles, anything like that?
I don't know. That's a decision that's pretty much up to Bethesda in terms of they want to pursue that or not. I will say that having all the DLCs in one package would be a hell of a thing with the main game, and it's something that I would buy.